And staying with China, Beijing is hitting the brakes on its lunar mission, while NASA commits to putting astronauts back on the moon in 2028, and that's despite the cyber attacks we just mentioned. President Trump will also visit the Johnson Space Center in Houston on Friday to present the Congressional Space Medal of Honor to the Artemis II crew. Joining me now to discuss is NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman. Great to see you here. Last time we were on the National Mall for the Great American State Fair. It's a little cooler in here, though, so it's great to see you again.
It was a wonderful venue, but it is great to see you again.
Great to see you. So we're going to get to the moon in just a second, but first, just on this cyber attack, of course, NASA was the target of one of these attacks. China, of course, posing a threat in this level. What are you doing as the administrator to make sure our systems are safe and the intellectual property, of course, of NASA is safe?
Of course. And well, first, a lot of credit to the Department of Justice and obviously the entire cybersecurity apparatus that exists in the United States that defends, our critical infrastructure and our key capabilities like we have at NASA. Just to say, for NASA's part in this, that their attempt went back to 2019 and they were largely unsuccessful, never went past like a very benign layer within our systems. And if we're doing our job right, executing on President Trump's national space policy, we will be successful beating them in this second space race and ensure we get back to the moon and establish our enduring presence there before they arrive. So
part of the space policy is indeed sending astronauts back to the moon by 2028. So can you tell us more about the upcoming missions, especially as Artemis II wraps up this week?
So we're doing great. Again, thankful to the president. My first day on the job, he gave us a national space policy that recommitted America to returning to the moon. Again, not just for the flags and footprints, but to establish an enduring presence, to build the moon base, which we will use with our astronauts to master the skills to go to Mars. We'll be on the south pole of the moon. We'll interact with the water ice. We'll also be there for all of its scientific and maybe even economic potential. We may even have a lunar economy at some point in time, but we aren't the only ones. China is planning to build a base in quite literally the exact same spot on the south pole of the moon. They did just delay their robotic mission that was set to launch this past weekend. We're not counting them out. I mean, they're a very capable rival in this space race. We are not taking the foot off the gas.
So it's a modern-day space race,
it sure is,
so to speak. You mentioned going to Mars as well. Can you tell us more about that mission? And of course, this is President Trump's vision for what space and NASA looks like. But how do you ensure after he's out of office that these plans continue into the future for American space dominance?
That is a great question. So first, absolutely, President Trump gets a lot of credit. He gave us the Artemis program during his first term, which led to that unbelievable mission of Artemis II, where we saw those astronauts, those heroes, go around the room and come back safely. We have a great plan now. He has given us a good national space policy. He gave us the resources from the Working Family Tax Cut Act to do it the right way. So we are not just going and jumping right to the Apollo 11 here. We launched Artemis II. He gave us the resources to launch Artemis III next year, so we can get a rhythm here of launching these big rockets. We'll test out Orion, our spacecraft, with the landers in Earth orbit and set up for 2028, where we'll actually put our astronauts back on the moon. And we're building the moon base the right way. We're not just trying to imagine this giant glass dome with a Ferris wheel and a farm in it. We're doing we're doing lots of little landers, and we are building up to the outcome which we want as a moon base. And he put in that same space policy, President Trump, make that next giant leap towards nuclear power and propulsion. That's how we extend American leadership in the outer solar system. That's how we send astronauts to the surface of Mars, plant the flag as he called for in his inauguration speech, and bring them back home safely. And the first mission, the first time America gets underway on nuclear power in space, will be in 2028 before the end of President Trump's
I love
term.
hearing about that nuclear power powering our space program. You brought up President Trump going to Houston tomorrow to give the astronauts of the Artemis II mission the Congressional Space Medal of Honor. Can you just give us a preview of what he's going to maybe say, what you're going to say tomorrow, and what it means to those astronauts to receive that?
Well, it's absolutely a huge honor for those astronauts. The Congressional Space Medal of Honor is not given out very often at all. I think it reflects well on those hero astronauts for how well they performed on orbit, how well they prepared for the mission. I mean, they brought the whole world along with us. They showed us the moon again, but also I think it's a statement for all of the talent that lives at NASA. I mean, we have tens and thousands of people, the best and brightest from across the nation, that come together to do the near impossible. I know President Trump being at Johnson Space Center means an awful lot to the entire workforce.
In terms of what you're hearing from the astronauts who have been assigned to the future programs, what are their new goals? I mean, covering Artemis II was a dream. It was so much fun watching the entire process, a little nerve-wracking for those of us, watching and seeing things, but it went very well. In terms of what you're hearing from the people working on this, what are they telling you?
Well, I'll tell you, everybody's excited again because we're sending astronauts into space again, and we're sending them to the moon. And we took a half century off in that, so I'd say morale is pretty high on this. And again, we're doing it in a rhythm. We're not taking these 3.5-year leaps between missions, which was a mistake of the past. President Trump helped correct that in the National Space Policy. So you flew Artemis 2 in 2026. You'll fly Artemis 3 in 27, and now we're on a path to have a cadence no less than annually to go back to the moon. So they're excited. They're excited about that because it's always about the mission you're flying, and you want that to succeed, but knowing it's part of a bigger story, which is an achievable path back to the surface of the moon to stay this time.
All right. Well, we'll be watching all of it. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman, great to see you again. Thank you very much. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.